which is 17 huge Warzone tips you didn't know about. Thanks in COVID, everyone was stuck at home and learned a lot about this game, but we may have forgot things, and things has even changed. And this is why I wanted to make this video. So welcome back, squad. Let's get that done. And also, this video is sponsored by PosterBase, the best posters on the planet. For tip number 1, you can place field upgrade kill streaks, weapons on top of a car and rotate with that car. What I quite like to use is if I hit a loadout, I can drop my snipers on top of the car and have my AR and SMG, so I can run with 3 guns. The gun doesn't despawn. All you will have to do is pick up whatever field upgrade, anything you want to drop it on top of the car. Sometimes it might glitch out when you put it on there, it'll disappear, but once you drive, it will appear again. This is a perfect way to rotate and especially play the last couple of circles. And again, if you found any tips you didn't know or you found this video any helpful, please drop the like. Tip number 2, one of the best ways to regain as a squad is to do supply runs. Bear in mind, supply run doesn't appear until the first circle is completed. But for example, as a team you get wiped, you end up in a gulag, you win your gulags. You should land on 2 supply runs. One team member would land on the first one to pick up the contract, the second team member will complete the contract. Then the third team member pick up the new contract, and the fourth one complete the contract. With contract multiplier and how quickly you can do the supply run, you'll be able to gain a loadout very quickly. And tip number 3, the supply runs and Firecell give you discount for everything you buy at the buy station, apart from a loadout. But you do get a free self-res or free res for a teammate. It's worth for your whole squad to rotate to the buy station and take full advantage to the free self-res. I do think in Verdansk not a lot of people use this free self-res, and also the discount is really good. A UAV costs 3 grand, a cluster strike costs 2 grand, like everything is half price, and you can get a pretty good regained, and plus obviously increase your contract multiplier while having some great deals at the buy station. A quick word from our sponsor is PosterBase. PosterBase offer you the best posters on the planet at a really affordable price. Not these really super expensive posters. These are really good, high quality. They come with the frame, or you can buy them without the frame. And they have loads of different categories, from cars, music, fashion art, or even mangas. PosterBase and I will be working on a gaming section as well, so I'm sure when that's ready, I will be the first one to let you know. And if you want to support me in my journey, you can use code Enzo at the end for 10% off for your whole order. It's worth it. I really like them, and that's why I got so many. Thank you very much, PosterBase, for sponsoring this video. And tip number 4 is knowing the jump spots around the map, especially when people don't expect you, and this will allow you to win a lot more gunfights, especially around buildings like the control tower when people didn't know the only way is not to just jump up the zip lines. But I already made 2 videos showing a bunch of jump spots around the map, so that will be linked in the info cards or be in the description below. So check that video out after you watch this video, of course. And tip number 5, you can buy people at the buy station with 1 click. You don't have to worry about which one to buy, who got the most money, who died first anymore. You can literally go to the buy station, press square, and press square again. Whenever you press square again, instantly it will buy the person who got the most money to buy the next person back. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can select whoever you want, like specifically. But I recommend to buy the person who got the most money, because now you might have a bit of extra cash. That person might have an extra cash where you can put it together to buy the next person very quickly again. Also, if you have a bit of a risky play, you want to try to buy the whole team back very quickly, again, go to the buy station, double tap square or X if you're on Xbox, and be able to buy everyone back within a split second. That is one of the best things that I did in Verdansk. Tip number 6 is knowing when you're on the UAV. One thing I like to do is the moment I hear UAV in the sky, I will open the big map and I will check where are my 3 nearest buy station. Who can see me at a buy station? I automatically assume somebody is on a buy station. For the only reason is most people, when they buy UAV, they pop it instantly. And it's almost like a reverse UAV, because they might be able to see you. Now you kind of know where they might be, especially if you know there's only 1 buy near you. And also if you're not sure if somebody's seeing you on the UAV, you can see the outline, the red outline around your minimap. That means you're showing up on somebody's UAV. Tip number 7 is pay attention where the trophy system are. A lot of the time I find trophy system on the floor everywhere, and I see a lot of people driving cars with no trophy system on top of it. If you didn't know, you can put trophy system on top of your car and it will protect you from any C4, RPG, any equipment like this, from anyone trying to explode your car. Cars are super good to rotate and are a must. Also, not the safest one, especially everyone's using thermite, everyone's using C4, and everyone's kind of using the RPG because the RPG is kind of back. So I recommend every single time you see a trophy system, pick it up, put it on the car near you, or remember where that trophy system is, so when you need to rotate, go back, pick up that trophy system. Tip number 8 is knowing what vehicle to take to rotate. Not all vehicles is the most reliable. Like motorbike and quads, you're way too open, you've got zero protection, anyone can beam you across the map quite easily when you're on a quad and a motorbike, and that's why I would not recommend them. If you're in solo, you're doing a solo push, you're probably going to die and probably going to chuck the game, and that's the only vehicle, take it. But if you have a choice of vehicles, here which one you should pick. The SUV is the fastest. The SUV is quite good, it got most mobility, it's the fastest to get around with 22 miles per hour. The LTV is my favorite. For that reason is 20 miles an hour is a little bit slower than the SUV, but you have full protection armor. And then you got the Big Bertha. The Big Bertha is really good because you have the most protection, but it's also the slowest vehicle on Verdansk. So it's not really good to rotate, it's not really good to get out gunfights with it, and the mobility is crap. But you are protected with C4 and you're protected by RPGs. You do need to get at least 150 shots to destroy it, and I think it's 2 C4s or like 2 RPGs to destroy a Bertha. So it's really good for protection, and that's why the LTV is probably the best happy medium. The LTV got good mobility still, it's still pretty fast, but it's better than the Bertha, and it's better than the SUV because you got more protection. Tip number 9, the jump dive parachute trick. If you didn't know, if you play on hybrid and you can dolphin dive and slide cancel with your controller, you can do this trick where you can dolphin dive and then pull your parachute, and which allow you to jump a lot further and a lot higher. And that's why I recommend to master this trick, because a lot of the jump spot I showed in previous videos is by using these tricks. And you also throw people off for the reason is they don't expect you to go that far and that fast as well. And tip number 10 is the best location to land. To get a loadout every single time. Everyone will tell you to land on a contract. However, a lot of the time, so many people try to land on a contract which make it contested and you'll probably die, end up in the gulag. And here is a bit of a different solution. I have 4 different spots which I land consistently. One is all the way by Boneyard by the buy station. Every single time I land there, you always have 2 orange crates. Lately, I have noticed sometimes you only have 1, but I think it's just since the new update. But a lot of the time, you can get away with there in solos with 6 grand. You get a loadout instantly. If not, you got some houses all the way on the left where you can just get extra cash. I did have a viral video on TikTok which went viral, and a lot of people kind of know about this spot now, but it's still quite good. I also made another video with like the secret rooms where you have secret passwords, where the passwords are in the video where you can land there. You put the password and you always have an orange crate which give you enough money to buy a loadout too. And the other thing is, what I suggest is to always land in the same spot. If you're like in the area, every single time you play Verdansk, land on that same spot so you're really familiar and you understand this spot, how this spot works. So every single time you land there, you know you can kill everybody, walk away with a loadout. And that's how I would tell anyone to improve, because a lot of the time you end up dying the early side of the game, and until you get past the early and mid part of the game, you will never be able to learn how to win in the end game. Obviously, this is for a lot of people who are not very good at the game and are still learning it. Obviously, if you are confident and you can win a lot of the games, you can ignore this tip, land on your scavenger, land on your bounty. Tip number 11. Did you know you can have an advanced UAV which should ghosted people without having bird's eye on? If you pop 3 UAVs in the air at the same time, it will upgrade you to an advanced UAV. The advanced UAV lasts about 45 seconds. And players with triangles are normal people, and players with a red dot, which normally you see on a normal UAV, will be ghosted people. So normally when I pop an advanced UAV, I will try to kill the people who are ghosted because these people are annoying to deal with, especially in the end game. You might have that ratty ghosted player in the corner. So it's definitely worth popping that advanced UAV and getting rid of these ghosted players early in the game. Tip number 12 is doing the pinwheel rotation in a battle royale. So the most basic way to explain the pinwheel rotation, if you wanted to see a whole video of a breakdown of how to understand the pinwheel rotation, I can do this in a different video, but this video is going to be too long otherwise. The pinwheel rotation is when you are on one side of the circles and you're constantly going to the other side of the circle, but following where the gas is following. You're holding the gas. For the reason is nobody will be in the gas, so you don't have to worry about anything behind you. And because you're always running to the one side of the gas, you know you don't have to worry anyone on your left, but also nobody behind you because you just cleared it. And the goal of this pinwheel rotation in a battle royale to win it, especially towards the end games, is you want to do smaller circles all the way to the end until you killed everyone and you get to the middle, and then obviously the gas is small enough where you killed everyone and you win the battle royale. This pin rotation is key, especially on Verdansk, to win every single game, and I use it all the time when I get to the final circle. If you want to see some more breakdown of gameplays where I can show you full how to do a pinwheel rotation, let me know in the comment section, and let's jump to tip number 14. Tip number 13 is running with your knife. Since Black Ops 6, you can have your primary, secondary, and a knife. If you run with your knife, you have unlimited sprint. And also, what you might have not known is if you run with your knife, you can outrun the train. So if you need to rotate or you're fighting somebody on the train, pull your knife out, you can jump off the train, run back up. This is something we never had before. Before, you couldn't outrun the train. Compared to now, you can. But I really like using the knife, especially if I get shot across the map on no man's land. I can pop a smoke, go left, right with my knife, and usually can get away because you break the aim assist. Precision kill streak is overrated. Yep, you heard me. Use the cluster strike is less precise, which means you got a higher chance to hit the target. If that target decides to move, crawl to the left, crawl to the right, because the cluster strike hit multiple places in that area you selected, it's gonna finish that kill. It also lasts like forever. It literally is about like 10 cluster landing on that area, which means if you're pushing that team and you don't want them to hit your footstep, the cluster strike will cover your footstep, and it could probably damage multiple enemies, so it almost guaranteed they won't be able to stick that res. Compared to precision, it's only 2 strafe. The strafe lasts about 5 seconds. It's good obviously to finish kills, but I also feel like sometimes it's not precise enough. If you can't like directly aim at the person you're just down to finish the kill, the precision probably will miss it. And that's why cluster strike is just simply better. Tip number 15, always do some contract. Don't get lost into just trying to chase that next team. The most likely chance when you do a contract, you will meet another team. So I would definitely suggest you to start working your contract multiplier early in the game. So by the time you finish the game, by the time you get to the end part of the game, you will have your contract multiplier. I believe it's like the first contract give you 2,500 per members of your team. Then the second one get you like 3.5. Then the third one give you like 4 grand each. And it could add up quite easily. By the end of the game, when you get to that final circle, you want to make sure you have enough money to buy that cluster, buy all that stuff revive, buy the gas mask, be able to buy everyone back in your team. And I also believe the contract multiplier only stop after 6 contracts in a row. Then after this, you cap the amount of money you can get. But if you manage to get 6 contracts in one game, damn, you better win that game because you must have so much money. Economy is king in Verdansk. Tip number 16 is quite an easy one. When you land on a location, always ping a multiple contract near you, because the enemies probably will take some contract too. And if you can see where they take it, you know where the enemy just landed. I think this is really good to get a game knowledge of where people are, and people probably will accuse you of having wall hacks because you're like, they'll be like, oh, how did you know I was there? But it's just because you picked up the contract. Just being aware where they pick up the contract, where the contract disappear. And I believe it also tell you when somebody take your contract, even if you ping that one. Snipers doesn't need to be nerfed. You just need to play better. When you got a sniper and they're holding you down, don't stand still because you will get sniped. The only thing the sniper wants is to hit your head. And if you're standing still and you're making an easy target, you will die to a sniper every single time. Look at this gameplay. I'm pushing the sniper, but you constantly see me constantly putting pressure, but always moving, changing location. I'm not peeking the same window twice. Let me peek a different door in a different angle multiple times. And I played my position so well to the point he had to push towards me and I had the high ground. I should have lost that gunfight multiple times, but because I kept the pressure, moved different angles, never stood still, I won that gunfight. Tip number 18. Tip number 18 is the fake parachute noise. One thing a lot of pro players do is bait the fake parachute. And the person who's pushing, they most likely still push you. If you look at this gameplay there, the person was holding me down the ladder. I was at top. I fake jumped to jump down the building. They thought it was a good idea to push the ladder. I was still on top. By just doing this, you can win so many gunfights. And you bait anyone and everyone by winning these gunfights. All you have to do is put yourself all the way on the ledge. Double tap jump. You want to make sure 3/4 of your body is about to fall off the ledge. But when you double tap jump, it's going to make the parachute animation, make the noise, everyone will hear it, sound like you jumped off the building. At that point, you don't want to make any noise, because if they heard you like still running around top of the roof, they're not going to push you. They know they just did a trick. So just lay down, put yourself in a good position, crouch, aim, walk very slowly, guarantee that kill. Tip number 19. Knowing how high can you jump without losing any fall damage. A lot of the time you might jump off a building, but you don't want to make that noise of the parachute. This is where you need to know how high can you fall. I notice you're allowed to jump 3-story buildings. So 3 set of levels, then you will jump off and you will lose a small amount of health. 4 levels, so if you see me on top of the bank, on top of the extra wall on top of the bank, I lose about half my base health. 4, that's where I will push it, but you lose quite a bit. Anything above that, you're most likely to die or have such a low health where you have that penalty of running. So think about it, 3 levels, you're good to jump any buildings with 3 levels of stairs and not lose that much health. Have you ever picked up your loadout and forgot if you were ghosted or not? One thing I didn't know, but all my friends knew about it and they kind of laughed about it, is at the bottom right of your screen, it shows you what perk package you have. There's only a couple of logos, so if you're not familiar with logos, you might not recognize it. Also, ghost doesn't last you permanently. Ghosts only work if you keep moving. If you see, I'm hitting the buy and my character is solid on the minimap. The moment I start moving, my little triangle on the minimap start becoming transparent. That means I'm ghosted. If I'm standing still or not moving enough, I think it's just walking speed, that will deactivate your ghost. So be in mind, ghost players, as much as I hate you, be a good ghost player. And this was 20 tip how to improve in Warzone. Hopefully that helped you, and if you found anything helpful in this video, don't forget to drop the like. And if we drop 50 likes on this video, I think I would probably do a part 2. The support lately's been insane. We got 2,000 subscribers. We nearly like a 2025 already, which is super grateful for this. Thank you very much. Keep pushing this channel. I promise you this year we're gonna grow this channel massively. Maybe we might hit 3 grand at the end of the year, maybe not. First time I kind of say in the video, I've not really thought about this. If we do, you're awesome. Let's get that dub, boys. Grenades ain't gonna kill me. That man ducked.